So I just got back from a 4-day break with my family. I get home and I see this. Breaking news, guys. This is the news we've been waiting for. EA have finally came out with an article and explained the situation. There is a new era of EA football gaming. It's FIFA, but it's not. Okay, so we're going to talk about it in this video. Don't worry, it's not too complicated. It's nothing scary. It is basically a rename. There you go. You can leave now and go and watch a different video. Feel free to stay if you want my thoughts on it, and we'll get into what they're talking about. But yeah, basically, guys, this year is the final year we're going to be saying FIFA. Well, I mean, the word FIFA still exists, but when you go around your mate's house next year, you're not going to be playing FIFA 24. You're going to be playing EA Sports FC 24. I don't know if they're going to go with numbers. I don't know what this means for the long-term future. Are we going free to play? It's always going to be called EA Sports FC, and they charge for Ultimate Team every season. I don't know. We'll talk about all of that later, but let's just digest what's going on here. So I might read a little bit too quickly. You can always visit this link down below in the description. Go on their Twitter. All of their social media is going to have it. But basically, it's one person that's wrote this. What's his name? Cam Webber, never heard of him, but basically, next year, EA Sports FC will become the future of football from EA Sports. All the licensing is going to be staying put. The only thing that's changing is it won't be called FIFA 24. Everything you love about our games will be a part of EA Sports FC. So, Ultimate Team is still there, Career Mode, Pro Clubs, Volta, all the players, over 19,000 players, 700 teams, 100 stadiums. I wish they'd have more stadiums. 30 leagues. They've invested in this for decades. They just wanted to drop that in there. We've invested in licensing for decades, killing other football games. They're all going to be there. The only thing that's changing is the title of the franchise. And by the way, this was very interesting. That includes exclusive partnerships with the Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, and the MLS. So we all know that, I think it was late last year when PES announced their new era, that they were losing a lot of their licensing. We all knew that FIFA would hoover them up and pay whatever it took to get them back. Which ultimately, if you're a FIFA fan like me, an EA Sports FC fan like me, you're going to want more licensing. I don't like how over the years it's really made it difficult for other footballing games to compete, because ultimately it's meant EA can get away with more lazy development, and because it's the only real game out there with all the licensing. But, you know, that's not the case if you're just in it for gameplay. We all know we have issues with FIFA gameplay. Ultimate Team every year seems to be more and more frustrating. So I'm just hoping that they can focus more on that than the licensing, especially if they've just got it all now. That's what it feels like. This new independent platform will bring fresh opportunity to innovate, create, and evolve. So it's almost as if they're saying having the brand, having the name FIFA has actually held us back, which I don't see how that's possible when they can still do whatever they want within the game. It's just under a license. You know, I guess there's some creative restriction there. I don't know. All I can think about is the what game was it? Oh my god, it's just left my brain. The UFC game. I don't know why. That's all I can think about. EA Sports FC, UFC. They're very excited about it, and you know what? A part of me is too, because it is a new era, and we've had FIFA for so long. Maybe this is going to kick them into a little bit more of a a developed game, a more polished game when it comes to the gameplay. Basically, this is just a lot of mumbo jumbo. If you want to read it, you can. They've got a few partner quotes, which I thought was hilarious. Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, all saying they're just so excited to continue working with EA because they've spent a lot of money. What I've done, guys, is a handy little notes here. FIFA 23 will come out as normal. I'm expecting that to be September, October, and it will be called FIFA 23. It is the final game with that name. Next year, it would have been FIFA 24. They're just renaming it. That's all it is. EA Sports FC is the new name for the franchise beginning next year in 2023. they have not renegotiated with FIFA, which of course is the main name of footballing around the world. They're not paying the license fee anymore. I guess they can reinvest that money elsewhere and maybe not line the pockets of the investors. Who knows? That's unlikely. But the biggest thing I think a lot of people will be worried about is, what does it mean for the game itself? Well, Ultimate Team, Career Mode, Pro Clubs, and Volta, they've all been confirmed as staying. It's in the article. Yes, I know no one really cares, but to them, I guess there's a small minority of players out there that maybe don't use YouTube and social media as much that love Volta. There must be some fans, otherwise why would they bother? But the biggest thing is, for me and for you guys watching, Career Mode is still going to be in the game. Pro Clubs, I think, will be absolutely fantastic in the future with the latest news, and I believe they've even started testing whilst I've been away. There is now crossplay on FIFA 22. It's only live friendlies, I think, or something, but if they get crossplay into the next game, which I think they will, they should. It's 2022 now. Can you imagine how good Pro Clubs would be when all your mates can play regardless of whatever console they've got? And of course, for Ultimate Team, having just one giant marketplace instead of just separated ones. But all those game modes will remain, and I'm sure they will bring some new things in the future. They have also confirmed the next FIFA, so FIFA 23, which will still be called FIFA 23, is going to have World Cup content, which is good. All current licensing remains, so we're not really losing anything. It's just quite literally the title. So what does this mean for the future of EA and FIFA? They're dropping the FIFA name and they're going to EA Sports FC. I think they want to make it more of a one-stop for football. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. It's going to go free to play. I think this time next year, they will announce that EA Sports FC is a free title on Steam, Origin, Epic Games, wherever you want to play it, the Nintendo store. It will be free to play. However, there will be a seasoned subscription. I'm not saying it's going to be like what are they called in other games like Call of Duty and Fortnite? The season pass stuff where it lasts 100 days. You get cool loot and cosmetics. Maybe they'll go down that route. There is already an element of that in FIFA, but I think it will be a yearly purchase, almost like PlayStation Plus, Xbox Gold, whatever it was called. It will be $39.99 and you have access to Ultimate Team. And maybe there will be a small price for other cosmetics and things like that. But I think the base game with single player, career mode, pro clubs, all of that stuff will be free to play. I truly think that's where it will go. Maybe not next year, maybe the year after that. I think that way they will keep the game the same name. It will always be called EA Sports FC. I don't think they're going to start saying EA Sports FC 24. EA Sports FC 25. Maybe they would shorten it to FC 24, Football Club 24. I just don't know if they can really trademark that, Football Club 24. They don't own Football Club. It's EA Sports FC, TM. You can see it here. That's the trademark, EA Sports FC. So I just think that's the direction they're going to go in. And maybe that's a good direction to go in. They make so much money on Ultimate Team, I am pretty much guaranteeing the purchase of the game itself, the $39.99 you pay or whatever it is, £60 for pre-order, is not actually anywhere near as much money as they make per week on Ultimate Team. So they might just put that aside and get more people playing. Imagine if it's free. They will... I mean, they could triple the amount of players. Imagine how much more popular pro clubs will be. Imagine if they do put in an element of online connectivity in career mode. There'll be many, many more players logging into the game every day. And all they have to do is charge you to play Ultimate Team. Or maybe that'll be free as well, but you just can't get that far without paying. It'll be, a paywall at some point to get really good players. I don't know how they're going to do it, but trust me, they're going to try to make it very, very good if you do pay. It'll be you're much more successful. But that is today's news. It's absolutely huge for the game that I've been making content on for over 10 years and playing for 20 years, it feels like. EA Sports FC from next year. I'm guessing it will have the same release time. It'll be around September, October next year. And will it be free to play? I truly believe that's where they're going to go. If not, maybe they will call it EA Sports FC 24 and it will come out full price game, AAA title, and it's the same as it was before with just a fresh new lick of paint and a new name. Hopefully they're going to release more information on FIFA 23, which of course is still called FIFA 23. A World Cup expansion or already part of the game maybe, because obviously the World Cup is this year just before Christmas. Maybe we're going to get some information on that soon. All of the new game modes and features for career mode and stuff like that. Just subscribe, guys. I will have all the latest information. I'm part of the EA Sports Network, so I can get information before it's made public, and maybe they let me talk about it. So thank you for watching, guys. I'll be back with my new career mode season 4 tomorrow, hopefully, once the mods are sorted. But it's good to be back, and I'm looking forward to playing EA Sports FC next season or next year. It's going to be a weird one. I'm never going to be able to drop the FIFA name. It's still going to be FIFA.